Hello guys, Armin's here. Today I want to show you a useful way to coordinate your 2D drawings in Bluebeam. This is happening before you start your 3D BIM coordination, so it's going to be a great way to identify the issues on your 2D drawings and you can share that with your teams. Without further ado, let's jump into a Bluebeam so we can see how we can create layers, overlay the drawings, and identify the issues. To create the overlay, the first thing that we need to pay attention is the scale of all the drawings. So I've selected a few sheets from the different systems such as architectural, electrical, plumbing, and mechanical. And the scale of all of these sheets are the same, because if the scales are not the same, the scale of the drawing, you won't be able to complete these tasks. So the first one, this is the electrical, plumbing, and then plumbing vent, HVAC, so all has the same scale. So the next step, we need to have a blank canvas. So I'm gonna go to PDF, I'm gonna make it a little bit big. So 3648, I wanna make sure I select landscape and hit OK. So the first sheet that I'm gonna go to would be my architectural, and the reason is because I want to have the architectural background under all of these systems. So what I would do is I go to snap tool, snap this area, and right now I can go to documents and then paste. So you guys can see the scale of the snapshot is 100%. If you want, you can make it bigger. I want to pick 120. I think it's going to be good for this sheet. The next one, I want to make sure that I create layers. And the reason for that is I want to turn system on and off when I'm doing my coordination. So this one would be my architectural. So I have one layer right now. So after I'm done, I can go to change color. So this one is basically have two different color. One of them is the source color, which is all the colors that you see on this sheet, and the next one is what I'm gonna turn these colors to, so you can see before and after. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select all of this, and I need to go and change this color. So the color that I would like to get is a little bit gray, so I can go to custom, define custom color. Let's say I want to have gray, and I want to have just a little bit light gray. So I need to add to the custom, which is going to be this one right here, and then I'm going to hit OK. So right now I'm selecting that custom color is gonna match all of them. So as you guys see, all of these colors keep changing when I'm selecting all of this color. The next one that you wanna, if you wanna change the tolerance, you can turn this on and change the tolerance for every single color. But for this exercise, we just wanna change the source, the color for the architectural to gray. So I'm gonna keep doing until all of those colors are selected and turn into gray. So I have completed all the colors and changed all of them to gray. So you can see right now before and after of changing. I'm gonna hit OK. It's gonna take a few seconds, and right now it's gonna change the whole drawing into an overlay color that I want. So right now this PDF that is gonna go at the bottom and is gonna be the underlying drawings is gonna be gray. So next one, I want to make sure it is locked, and the reason for that is I don't want to change it. So if I bring the other sheets here, I don't want this one to move. So the next move, I'm gonna go for the electrical. So on the electrical drawing, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna get the snapshot tool and then basically get the whole area. Okay, and then after that's done, I'm gonna bring it over here and paste. So the first thing, I want to make sure I change the scale of the snapshot to 120 so it matches the architectural. And then the next thing, I want to make sure I align it properly using the grid lines. So this is going to be the same grid line, and I feel like they're exactly on top of each other. I can get closer and double check and then make sure they're basically exactly aligned. Yes, so on top of each other. So the next step, like the architectural, I'm gonna create a layer. So I already have architectural. Right now I'm gonna do electrical and then lighting. So this is gonna be the next. Changing colors, I'm gonna select all the source for these, but what I'm gonna do right now, I need lighting, right? So I want to select where the lighting is, so I don't need this color, so I'm gonna make it transparent. It goes away. So right now you guys can see this is all I need, all the lighting. So I can make all the other items transparent, so basically everything goes away from that sheet, and I only end up with the electrical drawings that shows just the lighting, and everything else is gonna be all gone. So there you go. So you guys can see everything is gone. I only have electrical, and then basically just now nothing showing in the drawing sheets is gonna be all the lighting that I see for those locations. Next one, I'm gonna lock this as well, so it's not gonna move. The next one that I'm gonna do, okay, you guessed it, I'm gonna do it for plumbing, right? So this is gonna be kind of the same process that I'm gonna do for all of them. So I'm gonna basically get this area for the there you go. This is all the plumbing. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna paste. Make sure it's 120. And I want to make sure I align it before I make any changes. So if you notice, because I locked the other drawings under it, it's not gonna be like a bunch of stuff going on top of each other. I just align it and everything goes away, and I'm only using the architectural drawing. So the next step would be the source color. So I'm gonna select all the colors. I wanna pick the basically the plumbing, see what it is, and make it, let's say, green. So yeah, I think this is all the plumbing that we have. We can change the rest to transparent, so we do not need the other basically components on the drawing sheet. So you guys can see plumbing showing up. Okay, our overlay just starting kind of coming together. Next, I'm gonna lock this. I'm gonna go to the next one, which is the plumbing, sanitary, and vent. So for this one, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna get the snapshot, and I basically select the area that I want. Okay, go back to mine, paste it over here. So I'm basically bringing it and I want to get closer to just align it properly on top of basically the drawings right here. And then don't forget, okay, so first let's just change the scale to make sure it works. And then right now put it on top. Let me zoom in just to make sure it is exactly aligned. Okay. And then I can place it on the layer. Say, name it plumbing, sand, and vent. And I think right now we can kind of go and change the color. So same thing over here, select all of them, and I want to first figure out which is the plumbing. So let's just make this a little bit a darker green. Okay, let's just make it, or we can do the same green over here. I think let's just have all the plumbing the same color. Get rid of the rest. Okay, and then you guys can see basically we have the plumbing over here. You can lock it. I want to show you something that is a layer. So I add another water for plumbing, but I forgot to do the layering, right? So what I need to do is I just need to kind of move this one. I need to go back to the layers because you just put them on top of each other based on the it's in the order, right? So this is the plumbing that I put before. So if you miss something, I want to make sure that you guys are aware. It's not a big deal. You can kind of go back, unlock it, and then basically align. Right now I'm selecting it. I'm gonna go to the layer and I want to add plumbing water, and then after that I'm gonna lock this one and I place my new water on top. So this is gonna be the water that we just brought in, which is the sanitary and vent, and I want to lock it. So we already brought it in. Let's just only bring the HVAC over here so we can see how our drawing looks like. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. Basically, so sometimes you can just use the whole snap tool, but if you want to get the just a specific area, you can just do that as well. So I'm gonna bring this. Okay, so I'm gonna paste. So I'm gonna make sure I'm going back to the settings, change it to 120. Get the grid line, which is 1 and A. I want to make sure it is aligned with the other ones, all basically on top of each other. Okay, that's great. Let's create a layer for, let's say, put mechanical HVAC, and then change the color. So same thing here. Basically, you kind of selecting all the source color, which is all the colors on the sheet that you have, and you want to make sure right now we only want to select the mechanical and just transparent the other ones. So I'm assuming this is nothing, should be one of this. Let's just make it magenta. Yeah, I can see this is kind of the plumbing, the mechanical. This is the other rest of mechanical. Okay, this is part of the mechanical as well. Okay, so I can see these are all the basically just all the mechanical, and the rest should be just the sheet. So I can kind of get rid of, and you guys can see kind of get cleaned up when I remove this. So this is kind of removing all the background, and I'm gonna end up only with mechanical content when I change the color to magenta. So this is, I think this is all the mechanical that I was looking on this drawing. So when it's done, I can log it, and there you go. You have your overlaid MEP 2D coordination. So any area that you want to look at, you basically see how everything looks like. And the great thing about creating a layer, you guys can turn them off. So let's say only I want to look at plumbing, sanitary versus HVAC. So I can turn those off, and I only look at the plumbing and the HVAC and see how it looks like. If I want to only look at, let's say I don't want to look at the architectural from the background, I can remove the architectural background, and I only am looking at just the plumbing, sanitary, and vent. I'm gonna add the lighting to it. So see how it's going on over here. So I think this is gonna be a really great tool to have all the info on all the drawing in one location. So if you have a drawing that has an overall plan, I would recommend to pick the overall plan and put everything. And if you don't have the overall floor plan for each system, you can just go per area. You can look at your key plan and you can start with area, let's say A, B, and C, and select all of them. Make sure that scales are the same, and also the scale that you pick for your snapshot are similar. Uh, Also in every single snapshot that you put over here. Creating a layer, changing the color, it's gonna give you a great overview of what is going on. And you can add to this. So if you have a security system, you can add a security system. If you have low voltage, cable trays, and whatnot, you can add all of those components to these kind of to this set, and you can create your comprehensive overlay drawing which contains MEPF plus all the low voltage and security and whatever you have. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. I hope that I could show you a better way to coordinate your 2D drawings and identify the issues and share that with your teams. If you like the content, please subscribe and leave a like, and let me know in the comment section down below if you are using a different way in Bluebeam to coordinate your 2Ds, so we can talk about it, and also I can create a video to show your workflow. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.